Are you Josh, or who does a lot of the writing with the music? You guys do a lot of your own writing, right?
I do most of the writing. Yeah, Josh helps me with some, and we got some more new stuff that we're working on. And
now, Josh, you're also part of, you do a little bit of singing with Waylon over here.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I don't claim to be a singer. I'm a guitar player.
I do sing a little bit. You do sing a little bit?
Yeah.
What do you fashion your music towards?
Who,
I should say, do you fashion music towards?
Man, it's hard to say. I think all of us have influences from so many different types of music. I mean, I think that our music really reflects everything that has influenced us. I can't really say that it sounds like one particular thing, because every song that we have kind of has its own different little feel to it. So I mean,
we get that a lot. People say our sound is totally different than a lot of stuff you hear on the radio now. It's got an old style country and a new style with it too, just a mixture.
You think you got that from your backgrounds as maybe some rock music and that kind of stuff?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. David, you're over, or Jason, you're over there. Jason, which one? Jason. David. Okay. Yeah, David, you're over here. We can edit that, David, you're over there shaking your head about this particular thing. Jump over here and tell us, your thoughts.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, we all grew up playing in rock bands, through high school and junior high, and you can definitely hear it in some of our songs, especially the more upbeat ones. So.
Jason, what's been the fun part about this, being with these four guys and hanging out with them?
Just being able to hang out with your friends and, I don't know, do something we really love.
Yeah. Matt, I got to ask you, man, you being the drummer, man, the drummers always got to have something going on. And your something is Smiley, man. They call you Smiley. I've noticed all morning you've been in there smiling all day. I mean, that's got to be a blast for you guys to get out there and play. But where'd this Smiley come from, man?
I've actually earned that nickname from the time I was probably, 9, 10 years old. My buddies gave it to me in middle school. I don't know, I just smiled a lot, and it just stuck, man. It kept with me.
And you guys are all having fun, so you know the inside story.
Yeah.
Carolina Shine, song I guess you wrote. Yeah. Awful lot of lyrics. You talk about Ecom Beach Road. You talk about Shuckers Bridge Road. Places in Lawrence.
Yeah.
Tell us about that song, if you would.
We were in the studio working on a demo CD. I think we're going to play a track from it or a piece of it in a little bit, but I don't know, man, we had some free time while everybody else was doing recording, and me and Josh sat down and started working on writing a song and just come up with the idea. I was thinking about some stuff that, some real life stuff I could use to write a song. And I remember my dad told me about my granddad lived up in Hot Springs, North Carolina, and he used to make moonshine. And I thought that was kind of cool. And he moved down to Lawrence and was going to try to do it here, and the sheriff said, not down here. He already knew what it was. Here. So I kind of took a story and we kind of mixed it up. Me and Josh, put his touch to it too, and made a, fun song out of it, pretty much.
How long did it take you guys to write that song?
Not long.
Not too long. I'd say about 2.5 days, something like that. Which,
really?
For writing a song, something that you think's pretty good, that's pretty quick.
Outshyne. How in the world did you come up with the name Outshyne? I mean, it's got a good story to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a story.
Weird when the name don't have a whole lot of meaning, but.
Well, really.
Come on, Josh, tell us.
To make a long story short, when we played our first show, we did not have a name, and we didn't want to go play without a name. So
now, was it you that said, "I'm not going to play unless we have a name"? Who was it?
Jason. Yeah, it was pretty much Jason. So our idea, instead of going through this real complicated process and trying to think of this really cool name, everybody in the band wrote a name on a piece of paper, and we threw them all in a hat, and we said, whatever comes out of this hat, that's what the name of our band's going to be. Right? So that's where Outshyne came from.
Is that right?
Yeah, so we have all these people that say, what does Outshyne mean? What does it mean? I mean, what's the meaning behind it? And really, I mean, that's what it is.
I'm dying to know what Smiley's thing was. I'm dying to know. What was the name of your band that you threw in the hat? Did you had to have one, right?
I don't even know what I put on there, man.
It's been a while back.
I can only remember one other name. It was like Camouflage Double Y.
Yeah, man.
That didn't work out, huh?
No.
Maybe for the best, I suppose. Now, you guys have been to Nashville quite a few times. You've done some recordings in Westwood Studios, the Fireside Studios, all that kind of stuff. You guys must be thinking, what a dream.
Yeah, it's crazy when you go in the studio and you're already in Nashville, so there's already so many big names there. But then you ask the people at the studio who all recorded here, and they're like, oh, Porter Wagner, Willie Nelson. They start naming all people, and then you kind of feel about this tall. But yeah, it's a great feeling, man. It's awesome.
Had to have been. You also had a chance to play in the Tootsies. And I was just there a few weeks back. What a historic place that must have been. How was it like playing there?
It was fun. We played in the upstairs section of it. It was really stressful, to tell you the truth, man, because you go up there and there's so many musicians there, and you feel like it's a competition where everybody's watching you. They play some kind of instrument or they sing, and we ended up playing right after a national artist, so it was kind of stressful, but it was fun. We had a good time with it.
Country Boy and Me is the title track of your soon-to-be released album.
Right. Also,
one of your top songs. Let's listen to a little bit of it and let me hear what you guys have to say about that.
Okay.
Well, how'd you come up with that song, man? Great song.
I don't even know if the guys know the story on this one. I was at a local bar playing, and a guy that I'm pretty good friends with, he's an older guy, he was telling me about this girl he met, and he was like, man, she's got a lot of money, and she just, I don't know what it is, I'm broke, and I'm just a poor boy, but she loves me to death, and he said she wouldn't trade me for anything in the world, and I was like, that'd be something cool to write a song about. And I don't think I've ever even told the guy that I wrote the song about him, but it's pretty much, and that was a quick song for me. I wrote that in about 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Awfully quick there.
Very quick.
Let me bring in your publicist, Bill Brocklebank, and Bill, we talked a little earlier. These guys, I mean, what they're doing is tremendous. I mean, the way they've moved up the charts in just a short period of time, and all being South Carolina Boys and Girls area. But giving back is a big part of what they do, and they're very involved in the autism, very involved in March of Dimes. Tell us a little story about the thing they did with the autism group.
Well, this is how I came to meet Outshyne, and a friend of mine called and said, we need to do a benefit concert for the Developmental Center for Exceptional Children in Anderson. It's a school for disabled kids 0 to the age of 5, and the state had cut 100% of their funding. And so this guy by the name of Van James calls and he says, I know this group called Outshyne. We'll get, maybe we can get them to come and play and do a benefit concert. I'd never heard of them. I ran into a gas station and ran into Jason's brother, and he had an Outshyne sticker on the side of the car. And so I asked him, I'm like, what do you know about Outshyne? So he gives me Jason's phone number, which led me to the band, and they came out. We actually went and did a radio interview in Greenville, and we sat there for about 30 minutes, and I'd really never really met the guys, and Waylon was sitting beside me, and I talked about the school, and Waylon talked about the band, and we got up and we left, and as we walked out, Waylon said, I had no idea. He said, I knew we had to play on February 23rd, but I didn't know what we were really doing. So they agreed to play this concert. We started promoting it as best we could, selling tickets and things like that at the Anderson Civic Center. So I get a phone call about a week or two later. You mind if we come by and see the kids? And so I was totally taken aback by this, young men in their 20s coming to see disabled kids. That's kind of a rarity. So not only did they come out, but they brought their instruments in and they played for the kids. And on top of that, they went down, they spent 5 days at the Anderson Civic Center practicing, getting ready for a concert that they didn't make a single dime on.
Wow.
And so the kids there absolutely loved Outshyne. We had about 500 people show up for the show. We raised $10,000. And
Very cool.
so we've got a great following here. You talked about the outlaw persona and things like that, and that might be what they show on stage, but off the stage, it's all about giving back to the community. And they went to Lawrence. Waylon wasn't feeling well, and they went and did a March of Dimes benefit, even though he played for 2 or 3 days, and give back to the kids that truly need it. So
That's such a great story.